Good morning, everybody. It is Wednesday, November the 11th, Remembrance Day. Thank you very much for tuning in. It is Wobble Wednesday. My name is Karen. I'm here with Get Moving. I hope you can see and hear me today. I'm going to just witcher a little bit and hopefully, fingers crossed, in the comments below, you're going to tell me whether you can actually hear me today or not. Loads of technical issues and incompetence on my part, so we'll get there in the end, I hope. Anyway, Get Moving is all about people. Let me get this right now. Can you hear me? I hope you can hear me. Get Moving is all about helping people with mobility issues to get some exercise. So if you have mobility issues, if you have problems moving at all, if you have a disability maybe, or if you have chronic medical conditions, if you are in rehab, anything like that, anything that stops you from moving quite as well as you hope, Get Moving can help you get some exercise. Every weekday, 11 o'clock in the morning, we'll be here. It's available for download via the website as well. So if you go to the description somewhere up there, I think, you'll see the web address, reesefitness.co.uk/getmoving. Can you hear me? Oh, good, you can hear me, that's good. Go to the web address up there and then you'll be able to find out all about Get Moving and how it can help you. Today is Wobble Wednesday, so today we'll be working on balance. Every Wednesday we work on balance. So today I'll be aiming a little bit more towards people who can stand, who can move around on their feet and want to improve their balance. But if you are seated, if you can't stand, no problem. We've got alternative exercises for you, don't worry. But just for today, I will be focusing a little bit more on people who want to work on their balance. I hope you have your resistance band handy because we're going to be doing the exercise of the week, which is the loop around the knees one. So if you haven't got your resistance band, you've got a couple of minutes now just to very quickly go grab it and get it. But in the meantime, the exercise you will be doing if you are seated, we're going to alternate between two different exercises. The first one, we've done them all before, so you know them by now anyway. The first exercise is the sit-up. Okay, so if you are seated, I want you to shift your bottom as far forwards away from the backrest as you can, to have a nice big gap between you and the backrest back there. Excuse me. From there, the sit-up is going to be, you're going to sit back, touch against the backrest, and then sit up. Use your stomach muscles and curl yourself back up and sit tall again. Lean back, touch the backrest behind you, sit up, curl up, and sit tall again. So that's the first one, the basic sit-up. Okay. Again, you'll have to make sure you are sat away from the backrest. Make sure there's a big gap between you and the backrest, okay? That's the first exercise. The second one is the lift and twist. Excuse me. So you will lift one knee. Well, let me start from the start, sorry. Hands behind your head, and you're going to lift one knee and pull back the same elbow. So this is my left knee, my left arm. So left knee raises and left elbow pulls back. We hold it for a second, and then recover. And do the same thing on the other side. So my right knee and my right elbow, one lifts, that one pulls back, twists back, we hold it for a second, and then recover. And doing that, fingers crossed, you're going to feel some of your stomach muscles working. In the comments below, if you don't feel it, or if you've got any questions, ask questions in the comments below. But, again, one knee, same elbow, lift, twist back, hold it for a sec, recover, the same on the other side. Lift, twist back, hold it for a sec, and then recover. And we'll be alternating between those two exercises, the sit-ups and the lift and twist. Okay, that's if you are seated. If you are standing, stamp time. I know it's a popular one. So if we're standing, we'll be stamping hard with one foot at a time. So I'm going to use my right leg to start off with. We're going to stamp forwards hard and fast, recover, then stamp to the right, hard and fast, recover, and stamp behind, hard and fast, and recover. Okay, the stamping is going to be very important because when it comes to balance, I've said this before, I'll say it again, one of the most important things is balance recovery. When, not if, when we lose our balance and we start to topple, we can either just keep on going, or we can move our legs quickly to recover our balance and stop ourselves from falling. That requires speed in the legs to be able to step fast, dynamically, and say if I'm toppling forwards, I've got to catch myself with that foot. Same thing going sideways. If I topple sideways, I've got to catch myself with that foot. And it becomes, as you've probably heard, a stamp. So we're going to practice that stamping, okay? So that's if you are standing. You're going to practice the stamp. If you're seated, you're going to practice the sit-up and the lift and twist, okay? I'll remind you as we go along, don't worry. Anyway, let's get things going, shall we? So, first exercise, marching on the spot. So, for everyone who is seated, excuse me, sit nice and tall, marching on the spot, get your knees up like so. Dead simple, just get your hips moving, get the legs moving, get the blood pumping a little bit, okay? If we're standing, we're going to be marching on the spot while standing, just getting your knees up and marching on the spot like so. We're going to do 25 seconds of it, okay? Yep. 25 seconds of marching on the spot. Shall we get going? I think we shall. In 3, 2, 1, and away we go. Just simple marching on the spot. Easier versions are the smaller moves, harder versions are the bigger moves. Do the biggest version that you can do. Challenge yourself, practice, make yourself a little bit better by working hard, making it as difficult as you can that you can successfully do, okay? Marching away nicely to start off with though, and that's our 25 seconds. So now we're going to kick into the first of our exercises, okay? So if you're seated, we're going to do the sit-up. So remember, make sure there's a gap between you and the backrest behind. You're going to lean back, touch the backrest with the upper body, and then curl up, sit up, and repeat. Lean back and sit up repeatedly, okay? If we are standing, we're going to be using our right leg, stamping with our right leg in front, to the side and behind. 25 seconds, stamping hard. 3, 2, 1, off we go. Stamp in front, recover. Stamp to the side, recover. So it's a quick, loud move. Stamp behind and recover. It's got to be quick and it's got to make a noise. And behind again. Boom. It's not just standing still and flapping your foot about. It is actively making a noise. And that's our time. Okay then. So moving on to our next exercise, upper body. So we've done the lower half, now the upper half. If you are seated or if you're standing, it's the same thing either way, don't worry. It is rolling the shoulders back like so. Shoulders up, shoulders back, shoulders down. Moving around, nice big moves. The bigger the move, the better. So if you can, lift your arms up, but do the biggest move that you can successfully do, okay? No point failing, but make it difficult, but make it successful. 25 seconds in 3, 2, 1, off we go. So rolling the shoulders is level 1. Getting your elbows higher is level 2. And getting your whole arms higher is level 3. But again, as big a move as you can. We are thinking about sitting or standing tall. This won't work if we're slouched and doing that. It is sitting or standing tall, reaching back. And that's our time. So now, excuse me, if you are seated, the lift and twist. So hands behind your head. Remember, one knee, same arm. The knee comes up, the elbow comes back. Hold it for a sec, recover, and repeat on the other side. Lift, twist back, hold, recover, and repeat. If we're stamping, I'm going to be using my left leg. 25 seconds. 3, 2, 1, off we go. Stamping, recover, stamping, recover, and behind, stamping, recover. Remember, if I get jostled one way, I can either just fall over or I can move my leg to catch my balance. And that's what we're practicing. If I get jostled backwards, I catch my balance there. And this is where we're going to practice that stamp. A quick, aggressive move that's going to make us stay upright. That's our time. Well done. Next exercise, knee bends. So if we're seated, sitting tall again, kicking the feet out, bending and straightening those knees, get as much movement out of those knees as you can. If we're standing, kicking the heels back behind us, heels as close. Kicking the heels back for 25 seconds in 3, 2, 1, off we go. Kicking the heels back or kicking the knees out. Your choice depending on whether you're standing or sitting, but moving the knees as much as you can. Nice big knee movements, okay? Just mobilizing them. Easier versions, smaller moves. Harder versions are bigger moves. But get as much movement as you can. And that's our time. If we are seated, what have we got next? Sit-ups again. So if you're seated, sit forward, gap behind you, lean back, sit up and repeat. If we're stamping, I'm going to use my right leg. Again, as I say, a quick, aggressive, dynamic stamp. In 3, 2, 1, off we go. Stamping, recovering, and same to the side. Stamping, and behind, stamping, and repeat. Forwards, sideways, and behind. Imagine you're losing your balance, falling, and you've got to catch yourself. You're losing your balance and you're about to fall, you've got to catch yourself. And you're losing your balance behind, you've got to catch yourself. There we go. Okay, the exercise of the week now. So if you're not sure what I'm talking about when it comes to the exercise of the week, have a look at yesterday's session. We go over it in more depth there. But we're going to have our resistance band. We're going to be having it looped around our lower legs, just below the kneecaps, okay? So, band looped around the legs, sitting tall, have your feet nice and wide. They don't want to be close together, they want to be nice and wide apart. And then we're just going to stretch this band, push the knees out, make sure these bands are nice and tight, and then relax, and they're nice and loose. And we're going to repeat that. Fingers crossed, you're going to feel that in the bums back here, okay? This is an exercise that pretty much anyone can do. Even if you have very limited movement in your legs, give it a try. As I say, if you're unsure, have a look at the session yesterday, and I go in more depth, okay? 25 seconds of this. Are you ready? In 3, 2, 1, away we go. Stretch the band, hold it for a second or so, controlled return. Don't let it from here just boom, spring back. Stretch, hold, controlled return, and repeat. Stretch, hold, control, return. As always, a bigger move is a better, harder move, but you do whatever you can do. If it has to be a small move, do a small move. If you can do a big move, do a big move. Work as much as you can. And that is our time. Well done. Moving on to our next one, which is, if we're seated, elbow, knee, lift and twist. If we're standing, I'm going to use my left leg to stamp. Are you ready? Stamping with my left leg. In 3, 2, 1, away we go. Stamping and stamping and stamping. Again, a loud noise. Common mistake is keeping your body still and then just tapping the foot. That's not what we're after. We want the whole body to move and an aggressive stamp. Whole body moves and an aggressive dynamic stamp. It's got to make a bang, a noise. The bigger the better. And that's our time. Okay, double tap time. If you're seated, as always, sit tall. That knee comes up twice. So sitting tall, the knee comes up. 1, 2, and down. So it taps your hand twice, a double tap. 1, 2, and then down, okay? If we're standing, again, this is a very good balance one. If you're unstable, stand close to a wall or something just in case. But, however, the knee comes up twice. 1, 2, and then down. Same on the other side. 1, 2, and then down. So we're balancing on our leg for that split second. 25 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Off we go. A double tap there, balancing as we do it. Double tap there, again, balancing. As always, an easier version. Down here, a smaller move is an easier move. But you're going to gradually make it a bit bigger and a bit higher and make that move as hard and as big and expansive as you can. So you are balancing on this time on this one leg, okay? Time. Okay, so sit-ups. If you are seated, Sit up time, lean back, sit up, repeat. If we're standing, I'm using my right leg to stamp. 3, 2, 1, off we go. Stamping. And again, see how my entire body is moving as I stamp. My entire body moves as I stamp. And again, you get the idea. As I stamp, I am not staying still. My body is moving as I do the stamp. And I want to hear it. I want to hear that foot I want to hear that foot hitting the floor. Time. So what we got next? Side bends, bendianas. Okay, these have been off the menu for a week. Time to bring them back on again. Side bends. If you're seated or if you're standing, it's exactly the same thing. One arm goes down, while the other arm, if you can, goes over the top. And the same on the other side. One arm goes down, while if you can, other arm goes over the top. 25 seconds worth. 3, 2, 1. Off you go. Bending over. So this top arm here is an optional extra. If you can, get this arm over the top. But if you can't, just one arm down. Or one arm down. This is level 1. This is level 2. And you do whichever version you can do. Make it a difficult one. Make it a successful one. If you can't do it successfully, do an easier version until you can do it successfully. Okay? That's our time. Lift and twist. If we're seated, one elbow, one arm, and one knee even comes up and back. Lift, twist, hold, recover. If we're standing, it is left leg stamping this time. My left leg's going to do the noise. In 3, 2, 1, away we go. Stamping and moving, recover. Stamping and moving, recover. And stamping and moving, and then recover. As always, a small move is an easier one, but we're after a biggest move that you can manage safely and successfully. A big move and a loud move. That's our time. Squats, legs again. Legs. If you are seated, now is the time to practice standing up. Tuck your feet underneath you, tilt your body forwards, put the weight through the legs, use the muscles in your legs, use these want to be strong as possible. Stand tall all the way, and under control, you sit back down and you repeat as often as you can, okay? Doesn't matter how many times you do it. It might be once, it might be 1,000 times. I don't mind, I don't care, as long as it's the best ones that you can do. Same if we're standing, squats. Squat down, stand up. As many times as you personally can do in 25 seconds. In 3, in 2, in 1, off we go. Squatting, standing. Small move is easier. A bigger move is harder. But your feet are staying flat on the floor. Your knees are pushing out. And you're going to do the best that you can do. Don't let the knees buckle in. That's bad. That's good. Keep your body nice and tall. So we're not humping over. We're staying nice and tall with our body there. And that is our time. So sit-ups if you are seated. So if you can't stand tall, remember, a gap between you and the backrest of your chair. You're going to lean back and then sit up. And then repeat. If we're standing, my right leg, okay? Small move is easier, big move is harder. Do the biggest, loudest one that you can successfully do. 3, 2, 1, off we go. Stamping, recover, stamping, recover, and behind, stamping and recover. The entire body is moving, my body weight is shifting around and my leg is catching it. It's shifting and my leg is controlling it. I'm catching myself, making sure I don't fall flat on my face or fall on my side there. That's our time. Well done. Okay, tight ropes and ankles. If you are seated, getting your ankles moving as much as you can. So we're going to bend and flex and straighten the ankles like so. Nice way to do that is to get the heel to touch the floor, and then point the foot and get the toes to touch the floor, and then heels, and then toes, and then repeat on both legs. If we're standing, one of the best balance ones here, the tightrope. If you're unsteady, by all means do it against a wall, along a table, along the back of a sofa, something like that, just in case, so you can hold on just in case. However, you're going to try not to hold on. Feet wide is easier, feet narrow is harder, but I want you to imagine that tightrope painted on the floor, and with me, everybody now, walking forwards, off we go. Heel toe, heel toe. Now this is called Wobble Wednesday for a reason, because we are going to make sure we wobble as we do this. Don't try and be dead still. It's no good. You want to move. Let your arms move. Let your body move. Let yourself wobble. Now the same thing going backwards. Toes, heels, toes, heels. Wobbling away nicely, but staying on your feet. There's a massive difference between falling over and wobbling. Falling over is bad. Wobbling is good. There's a difference there, okay? Now, a second time is always better, so we're going to do the same thing again. Moving forward, off you go, heel toe, heel toe. The wobbling, as I always say this time of this week, wobbling helps us stay on our feet. And that's the key thing to remember. What we're trying to avoid is falling over, actually hitting the floor. What we want is staying upright. And if wobbling helps us stay upright, we're going to bloody wobble. We're going to do it to avoid falling. Now, the same thing now, last time, going backwards. Toes, heels, toes, heels. Such a common misconception, thinking that if people wobble, then they're no good. That is completely arse backwards. It's the wrong way around. Wobbling is good. So make sure your arms are there, your legs are there, and you are moving, you are wobbling. But most of all, you are staying on your feet. Okay, that's it. Simple as. Well done. So, if we're seated, which one we've got now? Lift and twist. So if you're seated, one knee, same elbow, lift and twist, and same other side. Again, what we're after is using as much of the stomach muscles as we can. If we're standing, left leg, okay? Left leg moves and stamps. In 3, 2, 1, off we go. Stamping and stamping. So I was talking before about wobbling, moving, not staying still. Again, see how my body is moving. It is moving. It is not staying still and the leg flapping about. That's not how we're going to do it. We are moving the body and moving the body weight. Stamping and recovering our fall. That's it. That's our time. Fast feet. Okay, I'll change my timer. So, for the stamping we've just done now, the only way we can stamp effectively is to move our feet quickly, okay? So this next exercise, fast feet, is to help us practice moving our feet quickly. This is for whether we're standing or seated. If we are seated, we're going to move our feet nice and quick. We're going to run on the spot, basically. Small movements. They're small movements, but they are fast movements. Up and down like so. Move them quick. If we are standing, we're going to move our feet quickly again. Running on the spot. Again, it's a small but quick movement. If we find ourselves losing our balance and falling, we can't move our feet slowly, because otherwise they won't catch up and we're just going to go. We have to be able to move our feet. If we're going, we have to move our feet quickly. Otherwise, we're gone. Practice moving them quickly now. Okay? 2 rounds of 10 seconds each. In 3, in 2, in 1. Off you go. So quick feet, moving them. You can go sideways if you want. You can go the other side. I got the crabs. I don't mind, but they move quickly. That's it. Okay, shaky shakes, tactical waggle. So I'm going to repeat myself time and time again. Speedy feet, okay? We've got one more go. In 3, 2, 1, off we go. Quick feet again, speedy. So if anything goes wrong, you can quickly move your feet to wherever they need to be. And that's it. I should point out, it does not matter. Don't compare yourself to me or to others. Don't go, oh, I can't go that fast or something, so I won't bother. No, do the quickest that you can do. That is the key thing. Just change my timer. Bear with me 1 sec. What we got now? Sit-ups. So, if you are seated, lean back, sit up. If we're standing, my right leg is stamping. In 3, 2, 1, stamp away. Stamping forwards, stamp to the side, and stamp behind. And again, you see my body weight moving. As I do the move, I move forwards, I move sideways, and I move back. My body weight shifts as I do this, stamping aggressively all the time, okay? That's our time. And then, last main exercise, shadow boxing. So if you are seated, sit tall, fists up, punching high, punching low, around, up, whatever. You're going to get your body moving and you're going to try and get out of breath. This one is just pure cardio, purely to get you out of breath. That is it. Just get stuck into it. If we're standing, same idea, shadow boxing, but as every Wednesday, your priority is to move your feet. So don't be standing there punching. I want you to move your feet. More importantly, move your feet now than punching, okay? Move, change your feet, forwards, backwards, sideways, whatever. 3 rounds of shadow boxing in 3, 2, 1, off we go. So punching away, but definitely moving our feet. We can go forwards, we can shuffle backwards, we can shuffle sideways, we can shuffle the other sideways. We can swap our legs as many times as we want. We can change direction entirely and point somewhere else. But we're moving, time. We're moving and definitely moving our feet. This is just as doable if you are seated. So I'm going to do this right with this one, seated. Punching again in 3, 2, 1, off you go. So even if you're seated, you can still punch. Get your arms moving. You can do single punch combinations. You can do double punches. You can do triples. I don't mind. But your body is moving, is twisting. Aim your targets. Pick them off. Get your heart rate up. And that's our time. And we've got 1 round left. I'll just do one last one. Standing again. Moving your feet again. 3, 2, 1, off you go. Shadow boxing away and definitely moving your feet. The priority is moving your feet so you're practicing your balance. You're shifting your body weight around and forwards, backwards, side to side. And time. That's the last punch. The last one now is going to be, if you are seated, you'll lift and twist, 1 knee, same elbow, lift and twist, and the same other side. And if you're standing, the left leg to finish off with. Last go, stamping with left leg. Last go in 3, 2, 1, off we go. Stamping, recover. Stamping, recover, stamping, recover. Repeat. Again, make that noise. Shift your body weight around. Imagine you're toppling and you are catching yourself there, stopping yourself from falling over with a good stamp. And that is our time. I hope that went okay for you. Fingers crossed you are all warmer. You've got some more temperature in your body. fingers crossed you could hear me. Fingers crossed there weren't any major cock-ups this time. Yeah, it's always nice when there aren't. But that is Wobble Wednesday. All about balance and staying on our feet, but most importantly, recovering when we lose our balance. We will, at some point in our lives, lose our balance. When that happens, we can either just give up, not know what to do, and fall, or we can do something about it. And these stamps especially are incredibly good drill to help us do something about it when the worst thing happens and we find ourselves going. So practice the hell out of it. Let us know how it does. As I say, if you've got any questions, in the comments below or via the website up there. We've got a share button around there somewhere. There's buttons all. It's the internet. You know what to do with the internet. Use the internet. Thank you very much, boys and girls. We've got Thinking Thursday tomorrow. That's where we actively use our brains and to work out how we can make ourselves better. We're not going to rely on me or anybody else. We're going to be independent. We're going to be self-reliant. We are going to figure out for ourselves how we can make ourselves a little bit better. It's a very good feeling when we can do that. And we're not just reliant on someone else or something else. We can do it ourselves. And that's what we're going to practice on Thinking Thursday tomorrow. So I'll see you then at 11 o'clock. Thank you very much, boys and girls. Fantastic. Have a lovely day. I'll see you later. Fingers crossed if all things work. Bye-bye.